Hey everyone, Chris Jones and Mark Dale here. Welcome to the last video of this video series. Now you're minutes away from starting to be able to make money with this platform, but I wanted to let you know what you're about to learn. Now we're going to talk about profit maximizers. We're going to talk about the compensation plan that is so unique that makes this a walk-away business model for you. Meaning, in the next 6 to 12 months, we're going to show you how you can walk away from this thing and go on and do other things with the money and the leverage that you've built here at iPas 2. So obviously with the iPas 2 system, okay, that is the vehicle, and then you have the engine, which is Empower Network. You have these things that are working together. And you know that being in this trial period, you can go on and just make money with the iPas 2 products, selling the trial, selling the system, and then selling the upsells. That is fine. But the whole purpose of us building this system is to get you that lifestyle changing money, which are the profit maximizers. Absolutely. That is what's going to give you over 60% of your income, and we know that. I personally have made over 7 figures just in that amount of time and just using that type of leverage, having profit maximizers. Had I not had that, it would be much, much more difficult. So getting into that, we're going to show you how you can get those here today, show you how you can walk away from this business in 6 months to a year, and we're going to show you how to get the iPas Black Card. We've mentioned this throughout the whole presentation. You've seen all these people and testimonials of people that have these black cards. You're going to see how you can get yourself one and what it's going to do for you here today. So without further ado, I don't want to take up too much of your time. We're going to get straight to the point. Congratulations for finishing the last few videos. As we covered the formula, you got to see the system, you got to see the different pieces like traffic and how important that is and how seamless it is worked into this business solution for you. You got to learn about the products from Mark in the last video and to see what we're actually selling here at iPas 2. And now we're going to talk about the compensation, and we're going to talk about how to get these things in your hands here right now and to be able to activate this thing. So with that, Mark's going to actually jump on the board now, talk about the compensation plan. Sure. He's going to blow your hair back, knock your socks off, or whatever you call it, because
I blew my hair back.
Yeah, this is by far the most exciting piece, because this has been the most lucrative for myself, for everybody else. Mark, all the coaches teach this, and it's the reason why so many people are doing so well with this system is because of this compensation and how it's all structured with Empower Network. So with that, jump on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. And just one last thing, I'll jump on the board. As always, right below here, you can contact your coach or your sponsor, run any questions or concerns or thoughts you have by them. Mm-hmm. And again, as I said before, the coaches are users of the system, you guys. They're users of the system successfully. That's why they've been chosen to be able to help you get in the position to absolutely be in the right position to start making money with this thing, and just to be able to help you get to that right spot is what we're all about here. So let's join me over on the whiteboard. We'll go ahead and go through the compensation plan of the profit maximizers. We'll see you right there.
See ya.
All right, hey guys, it's Mark. We're going to start talking some compensation plan, some commission plan. We're going to start talking about making money. Okay, it's going to get exciting. I really, really love coaching people up on this part and explaining this part to people because it's very exciting. I know, Chris, we're always saying, well, we're not going to get you all hyped up and give you smoke and mirrors, but this is, we're starting talking about money, and I like that, so I tend to get a little excited, so I hope you'll tolerate that. Actually, just have to deal with it. So here we go. As far as making money, I'm not going to make any promises. I'm sure as heck not going to make any guarantees. That is not what we're about here. We're about speaking truth into you, letting you see the information and discern it, make up your own adult decision on what you think is best to try to make money with this internet marketing business that you just started. So that's what we're about here. As far as we're going to talk about the compensation plan with the Empower Network products only. The iPas 2 products of the the trials, the core system, and the upsells, that's not part of this compensation plan. So this is very exclusive to the Empower Network only, okay? So that's what we're going to be talking about. A little bit of review. The Empower Network requires to be an affiliate to be able to resell these products and make commission when you resell them. The affiliate fee is $19.95 a month. It's just a business expense that we have is doing the business. Welcome to business, okay? So it's a business expense. Not a big deal, but it's important that I just wanted to share that with you guys. Also, I want to talk a little bit about the fact is that you have to be qualified from Empower Network to receive commissions on these when you resell them as an affiliate. Okay, 2 ways to do that. Real quick, I'll run through them both. The first one is it's time consuming and a little bit confusing, but I do want to explain it because it's important. The first way that you can be qualified to make commissions when you resell these products is to sell the products as an affiliate first. As soon as you sell the product, okay, you're then qualified to make commissions when you resell it. So then you can sell it again. So you have to sell it for the second time, and then you can start making commissions on the second time that you sell it. But you have to sell it for the first time just to get qualified to be able to receive commissions when you start selling it again. Okay. The other way, which is the way that we do it, okay, is that we want to speed up that process. We don't have to wait for all that. We want to be instantly qualified right away to start making commissions when we go into the business. So what we do, what I've done, what Chris done, and what works out really good so far is we buy them, okay? We buy them, okay? As soon as I bought the blog, the Inner Circle, the 15K, the Costa Rica, and the Master, as soon as I own those products, I'm instantly qualified as an affiliate to be able to receive the commissions when I start reselling them, okay? So that's what we want you to do. We certainly do want you to get these so you'll be able to speed up the process to get qualified right away to start making some money. So let's start talking about making some money, okay? I'm going to explain this to you. I'm going to explain to you kind of how I do for my students. So I'll probably end up putting my hand to my hand up to my ear like I'm talking because it's just, that's what takes me back to that conversation, so it'll be like you guys are listening in on the conversations I've had. I also want to explain to you how when I started this business a couple years back, Chris was my sponsor. He's the one that got me into the business. He's the one that introduced me to this business. So Chris is my sponsor, and that's what I want to use him and I as an example. I want to use the explanation of how I've talked to my students, and then of course I'm going to use you as an example of how this is going to be happening to you, and then of course how it's going to be happening for you. So I'm going to take the entire event of this product explanation full circle so you'll have a real good idea of how this thing works and how it's going to put money into your pocket, okay? So I go into the business of marketing with the iPas 2 system, and my job that I know of, because Chris is like, look, here's your only job, Mark. You got to get people looking at the trial. That's all you got to do. Don't worry about the rest. Let the system do what it does, and it'll take care of the rest. You get eyeballs, traffic to the trial, let them go through that system, and then let it take over. I'm like, okay, I can do that. Okay, so I start the business. Well, of course, that leads to product sales. It just does. When I ended up doing that, let's just say, for example, the blog, the Inner Circle, Costa Rica, 15K Masters Retreat. Let me back up one more second with a little bit of housekeeping. When I say that you make $25 a month on the blog, $100 a month on the Inner Circle, $500 on the Costa Rica, and you make $1,000 on the 15K, and you make $3,000 on the Master Course. When I say that's how much you make, it's important that you understand, add, if you would, minus merchant account fees and transaction fees, okay? It's important that you understand that those fees are in there. So if I'm going to say you make 25 bucks a month minus merchant account fees and transaction fees, it's just important that you understand that because that is part of the equation that we have to deal with. So I don't want to mislead you and say, well, Mark, you said I get 25 bucks and now it's only 23 and something cents, whatever. I just understand that those fees are on top of it from Empower Network, okay? So I go into the business and I start using the iPas 2 system, and it works, okay? I get people doing the trial, they come through the system, they make purchases, and they look at the same videos you guys are watching, they're learning the same stuff you're learning, and they make their decision, heck yeah, I want to get my hands on these profit maximizers so I can make money too. So here's how it works. When I sold my first blog, okay, and when I sold, and this is for each separate product of Empower Network, okay? When I sold my first blog, it got passed up to Chris, okay? That means that Chris, when I made my first sale, it went over to Chris. He got the money for it. He got the 25 bucks a month, okay? I did the work, he got paid on the first one, okay? Of course, I don't want to stop there. I want to do more. I want to keep making more sales and let the system make more sales. So I made my second blog sale. Well, finally, I have that second one, number 2, that stayed with me. It was on my side, okay? I get the $25 a month. Well, I'm not happy with that. I want to keep moving. I want to keep making more sales. I want to keep making more money. When I made my third sale of the blog, well, guess what? The number 3 went up to Chris. Now, he's happy about that. He made $25 a month on my third sale. He didn't have to do too much to get that, but he's happy about it. That's just the way the compensation plan works. When I made my fourth sale of the blog, I got to keep it. Okay? 5th sale of the blog. Then I went up to Chris. And again, Chris is very happy. He didn't have to do too much to get that, but he's got $75 a month. Got the first one, the third one, and the 5th one. I got the 2nd and 4th. Okay? Now from here forward, the rest of my life, that I'm in the business doing the business, and Chris is in the business doing the business, here's how the compensation plan breaks down on the blog. On number 6, 7, 8, and 9, I keep it. Okay? Chris got number 10. Right? Number 11, 12, 13, and 14. I got it. Chris got number 15. Right? As long as we continue on with this, this is how it works. So he gets 15. I get 16, 17, 18, 19. He gets 20. I get 21, 2, 3, 4. He gets number 25. So on a concept level now on the blog, Chris gets every 5th sale that I'm able to make, or the system makes for me. Okay? So if he gets every 5th sale now, it's a concept is if you get 1 out of 5, he owns 20% of all of my activity of the blog. He's loving it. Okay? It's nice for him. So I was explaining this to my one of my students. I said, look, here's how the compensation plan works. I said, you're going to pass up the first one to your sponsor, you keep the second one. You pass up the third, you keep your fourth. You pass up the 5th, you keep your 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and you pass up number 10. He's like, I said, you know, that's how it works. How do you think? He's like, well, that sucks. He said, I don't like that at all. I'm doing all the work and my sponsor's getting money. I don't think I like this. In fact, I don't think I like this. This isn't going to work out for me. I don't want anything to do with this. I said, well, I understand. However, let me keep going here, because if that was the beginning and end of the story, I can see where you might not like it, but that's only the beginning of the story. Let me help you fill in the middle of the story, and then I'll get you to the end, and I think you'll probably see what I'm talking about. So he's like, yeah, okay, Mark, we'll keep talking. Let me know what's going on. I said, well, let's take this thing full circle. Let's take this thing full circle. I said, if you understand the concept of what's going on, is that you're in the business of selling these products and giving that opportunity, that same opportunity to someone else to get into the business as well. And when they come into your lineage, then they have an opportunity to start reselling the products as well. Okay? He's like, okay, yeah, I get that. I said, well, think that through then on how it's going to happen for you. He was only thinking of what's happening to him, right? Okay? Don't get stuck there. Don't get stuck thinking this is happening to you, okay? If you think this is, okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this for a second. If you only think this is just happening to me, well, Mark, you're telling me I got to put in $25 a month. I got to put in $100 a month. I got to put in $500. I got to put in $1,000. I got to put in $3,000. I can't afford this. There's no way I can do that. This is an expense. I don't have it. I can't afford to do the business. Thanks very much, but this isn't for me. I can't do this. I can't afford it. There's no way I can do it. I said, well, I understand that too, but that's a business expense. That's just part of doing business, and I understand that that's money going out. Don't get me wrong. That's not cheap money. This is serious money. I understand that's a business expense. That's the one side of the coin. That's the expense side of the coin. Welcome to business. There's another side of the coin. Income, okay? All right? So all too often, my students, they come to me and say, Mark, I can't afford to do this business. I don't know if I can make this. I can't afford all this stuff. I said, I understand that, and I love you where you're at, but you need to understand that once you get this, you have the ability to resell them, and now you're going to look at that other side of the coin as the opportunity side. You're only looking at the expense side. You got to look at the opportunity side. It's critical. Critical. You understand there's two sides of the coin now that you're in business for yourself. Okay? So I say to him, I said, so now let's try to start looking at how you're going to do this business when other people come into the lineage. I said, once you get started, your job then becomes the same as my job was, which is you want to get people to the trial. You want to be able to let them see the process. You want them to come through the video series with Chris and Anna. You want to be able to do that, and then once they see that, then they'll come on board. Statistically, the breakdowns, we'll run those numbers. And I said, then some of them are going to want to buy all these profit maximizers from you. And I said, when you own them, you'll be in the perfect position to be in the right leverage spot to make your money when other people buy the products. I said, so now, guess what? Let's say someone comes through the process because they're doing the business now, and they make, I'm like, look, let's just talk about the master course product, okay? The $3,000 product. That's what you make when you resell it, minus transaction fees and merchant account fees, okay? So I said, what happens when they make their first merchant or master course sale? They make their first one. He goes, well, I'm going to make $3,000. I can feel him. He's starting to smile a little bit. I said, yeah, you're going to make $3,000. I said, what's going to happen when they make their second master course sale? He goes, well, they're going to keep $3,000. I said, great. Well, you think they're done there, or they think they want to keep going? He goes, well, I hope they want to keep going. I said, well, of course they want to keep going. They just made $3,000. He goes, what? I said, well, what's going to happen when they make the third master course sale? He goes, well, then I get it. I said, yeah, you do. I said, well, how much does it suck now? He's like, no, it doesn't suck at all. I love it. I like it now. I said, well, hang on. You just told me a minute ago that it sucked and you didn't like it because you were doing all the work and you were giving the money away to your sponsor. He goes, you're right. I just didn't think it through. I just wasn't completing the thought. I didn't think of what was going to happen for me. It's going to happen for you. It happens for Chris. I know it happens for Chris because I'm doing it. Okay? I know it happens for me. I'm so happy of my team. They do a great job. All I want to do is help them do better. Okay? It's happening for me and to me all at the same time. Happens to you right now. You guys are going through this right now. It's happening to you. It was happening to him at the time, so he didn't get it. He didn't complete the thought. He's like, this thing is fantastic. Now I understand how you can make that money when other people come into the business and they start doing the business with the iPas 2 marketing system on the front end, and then they learn why they need these profit maximizers on the back end to make that life-changing money. I go, yeah, they will see it. You're seeing it right now, and they're going to see it the same as you're seeing it. It's the coolest thing. He said, well, I got to get this thing going right now. I got to get this going. I got to get this, send some trials and get some traffic. I said, whoa, 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 slow down. Hang on, you haven't thought this through yet. He's like, well, what am I missing? I said, look, conceptually, let's just say you got 2 people, and now you get a third one. I said, let's say you own 20% action on one person. That's really nice. I really like it. I like that. You get 20% action on 2 people. You get 20% action on a third. You get 20% on a fourth person, 20% on a fifth person. You add up 20% 5 times, that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100%. If you get 5 people in your lineage all doing the same thing you are, how are you doing? He's like, well, then I just duplicated my own efforts. I go, now you're getting it. Now you're really getting it. He's like, holy crap, I got to get this thing going now. I cannot delay anymore. I said, that's fine. That's perfect. That's what you need to be thinking because, when Chris talks, he makes millions of dollars online. And you wonder how, you wonder why. This compensation plan from Empower Network is very powerful, you guys. Very, very powerful. And all it does is gives us, the users, you, the user, once you get it, incentive to help your team do well. It's a glorious thing. Thank you, Empower Network, for such a sweet compensation plan. This is how it works. It's outstanding. Okay? I hope you guys get it. I hope you understand. So, of course, we get our iPas products. The trials, the system, the main core system of the for 47, and then the upsells. You're going to make your money there. You're going to make 50 to 70% of those commissions over there, and we'll get into that based on where you're positioned within iPas 2, and we're going to get to that. Okay, it's an important decision for you to make. Once you sell Costa Rica, you sell your first one, it goes to your sponsor. They get $500. Second one goes to you. Third one goes to them. Fourth one goes to you. Fifth one goes to them. 6 stays with you, 7, 8, 9 stays with you, 10 goes to them. 11, 12, 13, 14 stays with you, 15 goes to them. Guess what happens when you get 20 or 30 people on your team? Guess. I think you're following me. I think you're getting it. Things can get exciting. You guys are in a perfect spot. I cannot wait for you guys to get your hands on this system, turn it on, get your profit maximizers, get your black card level membership so you can actually have someone like me as a coach talking to your people, helping you put money in your pocket with this amazingly powerful compensation plan. I cannot wait to start helping you and make this money with your new internet marketing business. You guys are in an amazing spot. Amazing. Very, very exciting times. All right? So look, we got to get this thing going. Let's keep this video moving along here. I appreciate you guys hearing me out on the Profit Maximizers with Empower Network. It's very exciting times. Hold on to your hat. It's going to get even more better. This is very, very good. I'll see you guys on the next part of this video. Again, this is Mark. We'll see you soon.
Okay, so what do you think of that? Now, I know Mark gets excited and he gets very animated because this is a very exciting time, as he's illustrated to you on the whiteboard, of how you can get 20% action from other people that are using this system that you refer to it just by getting trials. That's all your job is to do here. So not only that, but you also get those pass-ups. You get pass-ups on every single product that make up the Profit Maximizers, and that is the kind of leverage that will really set yourself apart from every other business model out there, is because not only do you make money on your own efforts, you're going to make money on those that follow suit to you. So let's get into the Profit Maximizers now. I'm going to break down these packages, show you the features and the benefits so you can get it today, and I got a surprise at the end for you I think that you're going to like. So with that being said, Profit Maximizers. Now before we get into that, let's talk about a couple of things. Remember, you promote the iPas 2 trial to get buyers fast. That is your goal, that is your job, that's all we want you to do. You make money by reselling the Empower Network products using the iPas 2 marketing system. Remember, iPas 2 is the front end, Empower Network is the back end. You make money on all iPas 2 products, including reselling this platform. That's the $47 a month, which you make 50 to 70% on. You make money with Empower Network as an affiliate reseller. That's what Mark explained on the whiteboard, that $19.95 a month, that is your affiliate fee. It's just part of doing business. So to complete your system, obviously we know that there's these components. There's the iPas side, which is the trial offer, the system user, the six-figure shortcuts, which is the upsell, and then on the Empower side you have the starter kit, the black card, gold, and silver, which are the packages that you're going to see, and then you can go ahead and get activated and connect the two together. Okay? Now, just so you know, you can get activated without purchasing a starter kit or any Profit Maximizers today, but you will forfeit any and all Empower Network sales to the person who referred you to this site. We'll cover that here in just a second. Okay? But before we do that, I want to ask you what your number is and how quick do you want to get to it. Now, beforehand, in some of the past videos, we asked you, what is a number? I think Mark talked about this as well. What is a number that you would have to make on a monthly basis to be able to walk away from what you're doing right now, your job or your career or your occupation?
Yeah, the coaches are going to want to know that number for you guys.
Yeah, and you should have filled this out on your game plan as well. Yep. And once we know that number, we want to ask you how fast you want to get there, how fast you want to reach that goal. Well, you have some choices. Now, obviously, you're in the trial period, and then you're going to have a goal. So whatever that number is, that's your goal. You can choose to take a bicycle to get to that goal. You can choose to take a Pinto. You can even take a Ferrari, all right? But I'm going to give you a solution that's going to be like a fighter jet going Mach 10 through the air, so you can get there as fast as possible. And the cool thing is, inside our system, we have that calculator that's going to show you exactly. It's going to be your GPS of how to get to your goal very quickly and to create that certainty. So by purchasing your Profit Maximizer products, you're instantly qualified to make money on those products, and you instantly activate your iPas 2 membership level features. Just remember, Mark showed you that there's two ways to make money with Empower Network products: sell them or buy them. I bought them, Mark bought them, everybody else buys them. One, you want these products, you need them because of the value they're going to add to you, but also it's the fastest way to get paid. So you don't want to have to forfeit money, especially to sales right away, because you're going to be in the red too quickly. So we choose to do it this way. Just our way of doing it. You also gain access to the products at Empower Network, providing best-in-class training and support. Let's not discredit. We talk about this system, we talk about this business all the time and how great it is, but let's not discredit the value of these products here, guys. We spent a lot of time researching company after company, product after product, to find the right fit. This company has the right products in the right place in this marketplace, and we want you to be able to have those.
That is the cool part, because the products from Empower Network, the coolest part about it is that the products themselves, you know, the inner circle, the 15K, the blog, the Masters Retreat, Costa Rica Intensive, those products, you guys, it's education. It helps you and I learn even more learn more secrets, learn more skills on how to do this internet marketing business. It's a fantastic suite of products from Empower Network that are merged together with what we've done with iPas. You guys, it's an outstanding opportunity to really get a Harvard education on how to do internet marketing.
And I look at it like this. These are the products, and the reason we chose these products, these digital products, is because they're education, okay? If you look at where we're at in our economy, especially in the United States, you look at people like baby boomers are retiring at an outstanding rate, but yet still need to find some way of creating income, okay? Can't go back to school. You've got students with student loans that are outstanding. You've got, just the workforce has definitely changed. And so there's a need for people to learn how to self-sustain themselves financially outside of getting another job or continuing education. This is that way to learn how to self-sustain yourself financially without having to go and get a Harvard education, like Mike said, but it serves that same purpose. So it's like starting a franchise without having to pay franchise fees or having to deal with a traditional business, okay? So there's 4 iPas 2 Profit Maximizer packages. Very simple. We put these together to make an easy explanation for what these are. There's a starter kit, which we would consider the iPas Pro member, the silver, the gold, and the coveted black. All right. There's 4 iPas access levels, so what that means is depending what package you get or what profit maximizers you get is going to unlock different features in the system, giving you more features and benefits and leverage. There's 4 ways to earn money. There's different benefits and ways that you can earn money at those different packages. And here's a chart that I created, and Mark and I were talking about this a couple weeks ago, and we said, well, how can we explain to people the difference between silver, gold, and black, and even the starter kit? Now, the starter kit is something that it's everything you need. It's where you got to start, and we'll get to that here in a minute. But as far as silver goes, if you're going to be a silver member and get those products that are within that, it's like being an employee, because there's some things that you're going to have to spend time on because you're not going to have the right amount of leverage, okay? You're not going to have all the products, you're not going to have all the system features. Whereas if you go to a gold member, it's like being a CEO, meaning you're going to earn more by doing less. You're going to have people working for you, you're going to have more features, more automation, and it's going to help you make more money by doing less. Now, on black, the other hand, that's what we like to be what we call a business owner.
Right, absolutely. That's the ownership level. And you guys, when we've been talking from the beginning, we're like, be obedient to the system. Be obedient to what Chris and I are telling you. I'm just going to put out there right now, the highest level of the black card membership with iPas, that is the complete business solution to what we're talking about, okay? That's the direction we're talking about right now. That's the direction we're asking you to go. That's the direction we're saying be obedient. Get your hands on this black card level membership with iPas, because what that does is it is the full inclusion of all of the tools, all of the service, being able to use the coaches, being able to access all of the stuff, the advanced level training, all of the things that are involved with you guys positioning yourself to have a successful internet marketing business. That's the direction we're talking about, and we understand that not everybody can do that, but we'll get through this as we go through the rest of this video. But that black level membership is what we want you to keep your eye on now as we go forward with this thing. The starter kit level is just the bare bones basic level of what anybody would need with their profit maximizers with Empower Network. But I just want to let you guys know that when we're talking about trying to be obedient to the system, that's the committed level that we're really talking about, that puts you guys in the position you need to be to have the highest chance and the highest ability to have outstanding success with this program. So just wanted to share that.
And Mark illustrated this on the comp plan.
Right.
When you can get those pass-ups of $3,000 a pop, or $1,000 or $500 with no more work to yourself, okay? And so you're going to start to collect other members. They're going to have these black cards. There's thousands of people that have this metal black card. It's called the iPas Black Card. It's a benefits card that will give you the ultimate business solution for iPas, whether it be at our events or discounts, etc. This is what you want to get your hands on, and this is the premier membership here at iPas. So this metal card is not only a status saying, I'm serious, I want to make 6+ figures with this business, and you're going to have everything you need possible, including someone like Mark, a coach that's going to be working on your behalf. So the ownership is what we like to compare it to, the black card, but obviously you have to start where you're comfortable at, and that's what we'll get into here. So the iPas Black Card, let's talk about that. We've shown you all these pictures of people. Obviously, it's a global business. We have people all over the world, in all kinds of countries and languages that are black members. They're very proud. They show these cards off everywhere they go. It's really fun. We had one guy, he was at a wax museum, and he held his card up next to all the wax characters, the actors and former presidents.
That's pretty cool. His made it look like these celebrities were holding the card.
Right.
It's funny. I love
it. It's really cool. But that's how the pride we have here and the exclusivity that you'll have, okay? So here's some of the contents as a black member. You've got 70% commissions on all the iPas products. We bump up the commissions from 50% to 70% to be able to help you make more money faster. You get all the iPas 2 traffic brokers. We're going to give you resources to all the traffic brokers that we use personally. You get the iPas 2 sales system, the Advanced Business Training Mastery, which is the training center that we have, the academy. You're going to get all the best of the best training. You're going to get the Forged Metal membership card in the mail. You're also going to get a personal business coaching service where you can actually use a coach to help make more sales for you and to help your customers just become happier and buy more stuff. You're going to get first level support and VIP event access. This is a big one. So whenever you need support, you're going to be at the front of the line as a Black Card member. Plus, when we do events, you're going to be able to be part of the VIP section of those events. So you can meet myself in a VIP section. It's just a way to separate black members from the rest of the crowds because we have thousands of people that attend these events. So this is a great way for you to rub shoulders with the elite of the elite. On the Empower Network side, you get all 5 tiers of the Profit Maximizers. Mark showed you all those products from the blog to the Mastery course, okay, the Master's Retreat. You're going to have all 5 of them. You get instantly qualified to make commissions, okay? You earn up to $4,625 per sale. Empower Network Affiliate Reseller, again, you're going to be a reseller of these products by paying that $19.95. You own and resell the blog, the Inner Circle, the Costa Rica, the 15K formula, and the Master's course, all 5 tiers once again. All right, so let's talk about the benefits. The Premier Online Membership Club includes 70% commissions on all iPas 2 products. You own and resell all Profit Maximizer products. You make up to $4,625. That's per sale, okay? Using coaches to increase sale, that is available to you as a Black Card member. You're obviously a member of the Elite Black Card Club, so you'll get one of these cards in the mail. And so how do you become a member? How do you get this? How do you become a member here today, right now? So the first few sales that come through your system, if it's a black, you can get paid on it right away. Well, you've got to get Tier 1, which is going to be the blog. Tier 2 is the Inner Circle. Tier 3 is the Costa Rica series for $500. Tier 4 is the 15K formula for $1,000. Tier 5 is the Master's course for $3,500. We want you to buy all those products, obviously, so you can qualify right away. Plus, you want to own these products as well. All right, so the total will be $5,125. Now, I don't want to shock you by this price tag because I'm sure you didn't see this coming. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But the good news is we have a special discount for you today. Because you're coming through the iPas 2 system, I want to give you something really cool, and that's a limited time discount on the Black. This is exclusive to the iPas Black package, okay? So regular price is $51.25, over $5 grand of product. You're going to own all the core products. You're going to still make up to $46.25. You get full access to the iPas Black Card just like you did before, but you're going to save over $2,000 today, okay? This is a limited time. This is going to be for 7 days or less. From the time that you're watching this video, I don't know how long it took you to get here, but in 7 days or less, this timer is going to expire in which you can take advantage of this discount. So for today, you can get all 5 tiers, get the Black Card, become a Black Card member for less than $3 grand. For less than just the Master's Retreat, which is the Tier 5 product alone, for $2,997. So this is a really cool offer. Again, it's only going to last for 7 days, meaning that's as long as you have to take advantage. Otherwise, you'll have to pay the full $5,125. All right, but that's going to instantly qualify you to make commissions on these. So when the system starts selling, you're going to be able to get benefit from that, plus all the features that it's going to unlock with iPas. Okay. So let's run some numbers real quick. Let me put this into perspective for you. Let's just go back to using the example. Now this example, the numbers I'm giving you here are purely hypothetical. They're not reflected as a guarantee or average numbers to be expected. I can't guarantee anything because I don't know if you're going to ever hit this. I don't know if you're going to use good traffic, bad traffic, what you're going to do. But these are numbers that we've seen, I've seen in the industry for a long time. So let's say 1,000 leads going through your iPas 2 system, all right? That's 1,000 people seeing your trial offer, meaning the web page that you're going to be getting here in just a few minutes. Okay, let's say of that 10%, which would be 10% of that 1,000, go ahead and get the trial just like you did. Okay, so it's 100 trial sales. Let's say this is a trial for $7, so that's $700 in revenue. If you're a Black Card member, you make 70%, so that puts $490 in your pocket, just like that. Okay, just off of the trial. Now from there, let's say 50% of those trial members, which is very conservative in my opinion, 50 sales of people that say, I want to use this system, I'm going to pay the $47 a month. Okay, so it's 50 times 47 is $2,350. Now remember, as a Black Card member, you make 70% of that 47. So 70% of that is an extra $1,645 in your pocket. Okay. Now let's move on. Well, I'll say that upsell. A lot of you probably picked up the six-figure shortcuts. It's one of our top sellers, so that's why we put it in here. Let's just say 5 of those people got the upsells, which is 10%. Very conservative numbers here. It costs $97, that's $485 in gross revenue. You're gonna make 70%, so that's an extra $340 that you just put in your pocket for doing no more work. Okay, is this making sense to you? Now you're obviously here for a reason, you're going through this, you know you want to make money, so this should all really click for you. Now of that, let's talk about profit maximizers. This is where things get fun. Of those people, okay, let's back up a couple slides. Of those 50 people that got the system for 47, 10 people, let's say 10 people got the starter kit, which is going to be the first 2-tier products, and I'll show you that here in just a second. The starter kit costs $125, actually it's a $197 product, but you actually keep $125 of that minus merchant and processing. That's $1,250 per month. You get to keep $1,250 per month of that. Of course, minus merchant and processing fees. So this is the residual component. So having the starter kit in your arsenal now will allow you to make an extra $1,250 per month. And that's residual, guys. That compounds month after month, week after week, okay? Now, let's talk profit maximizers. If you're an iPas Black member, let's just say three people that go through that. 3 of those, let's back up here. 3 of the 50 people buy your Black Card package, okay, for $2,997. They're going to take advantage of the deal just like you are. They paid $2,997. That equals $8,991 gross. That's a 30% conversion. I think it's very, it's pretty conservative.
3 out of the 10. You guys, I mean, look at let's review the numbers. We started with 1,000, and then we just took 90% out. We just kept 10%, 100 people, and then we say, well, of the 100 people, let's just be real conservative and just cut them in half. 50% come into the system on the iPas and watch the same thing you guys are watching. Now, of those 50, that's what we're talking about here. If 3 of the 50 come forward and go ahead and purchase that Black Card level membership, you guys, very conservative, okay? We don't want to sell pie in the sky, crazy exaggerated numbers here. These are very conservative. Even conservative gets me excited. This is a very good number. I really like to see $6,000.
Right, because for every Black package that is sold, you get to keep $2,000 of that. Because it's a discounted package, you pocket $2,000 minus merchant and processing fees. So why is that big? Only 3 of those is $6,000. Now, of course, some people might buy 3 Black, you might have 2 golds in there, you might have a silver, you might have another, 10 or 20 starter kits. Right. Those will all add up. Let's just say, just talking Black Card members, these sales, that's an extra $6,000. So what does that amount to? Well, if you look here, $490 in just the trials, which is 100, remember. $1,645, so over $1,500 just in the 50 sales that you made on the system itself. $340 on the upsell, which is just 5 sales, could be quite a lot more actually. And then the starter kit, you had a bunch there, and that's an extra $1,250 every single month. That's a monthly residual, plus the $6,000 that you made in the 3 profit maximizers if you're a Black Card member. So what is that total? Over $9,725. $97.25 is just an example of what can happen. Now, I'm not going to guarantee this is going to happen to you tomorrow, but I'm telling you these numbers are conservative. They could be higher, they could be lower. Even if they were cut in half from here, look at where you're at. Okay, so
yeah, and you guys keep an eye on that yellow one there too. The actual system sales of the iPas 2 system, the $1,645 of the 50 sales. That again, you guys, look, that's residual. That is a reoccurring monthly income. Okay, it's a reoccurring monthly income. Okay,
so if your mortgage is $1,500 a month, one of these process 1,000 people to your website, that could pay for your mortgage every month, just in system sales. The starter kit could be an extra $1,250 to go on vacation every month, all right? Or buy some nice stuff for your kids, or do whatever you want. That's residual income, but you're also got that big profit maximizer piece in the lower right-hand corner. And that's the lifestyle changer, and that's why the coaches were brought on, is to help you get more of those, to see value. These are great products, guys, and the fact that you're going to get over $2,000 off of the retail price here today is going to put you in an awesome position for much less than what normally everyone else pays, okay? So 1,000 leads was a small example, and I wasn't accounting for the use of live contact coaches. As you start using coaches and leveraging them, your numbers could be much higher, okay? And obviously percentages can vary depending on traffic conditions and other influences. So if your traffic is not so good, your numbers may be down. But we left a lot of wiggle room in this scenario for you to be able to succeed, okay? And there's always one important element working on your behalf. I want you to know that people are like, well, Chris, is it true, if people are going to really spend, you know, that $3,000, how many people are really going to spend that? Well, it's not a matter of will they or when they, it's just a matter of a time, okay? You have to work out something what we call the law of averages. So due to the law of averages and having a top tier product like the Master's course, the Master's Retreat, your profit margins will allow even the lowest of lowest conversion rates, okay? So what does that mean? Basically what that means is if you're positioned properly, you're going to have a really good chance, and the numbers will work out for you to be able to make the kind of money you want to make and hit your goals. Now, if you're not positioned, you might have to spend more money at the front end, and you're going to risk maybe not being able to catch up and covering those costs. That is a possibility. That's why when you see all these numbers come out and why 60% of your income comes from profit maximizers, it's because of that leverage. You just have to let the averages work out for you. And this is where I have a card trick I'm going to show you. That's why I have a deck of cards here. We're going to cut to a card trick because I do this on stage all the time, and I want to illustrate where people fail and why they fail or fall short, and how this theory and how this actually works in your behalf. And if you let it work for you and you're positioned properly, you guys are going to go on to do some amazing things. So let's go ahead and cut to that card trick.
Yeah, I'll grab
and well, I think you guys are going to get a kick out of this example. Okay, so I'm now going to pretend to be David Copperfield or Houdini, and I'm going to show you a card trick. Now, actually, there's no magic here. This is just to prove the law of averages to you so you know how your business can pan out for you. And this is the reason, this analogy is going to show you the reason why a lot of people fail online, whether it's this system of business or another system or business. So this is a 52 deck card. Deck card?
52 card deck. That's a 52 card deck, sir. Continue.
Okay. Hey everyone, well, I want to now pretend to be David Copperfield or Houdini. I'm going to show you a magic trick. Actually, I'm not going to do any magic at all. What I'm here to do is prove something to you, and that's the law of averages. This is something that I teach on stage. I do this all the time, and it's really to illustrate why people, or what is it that causes people to fail, whether it's this system or business or any other system or business. It doesn't matter. This is going to show you why the law of averages will work in your favor, especially when you're an iPas Black Card member, okay? So, as you know, you've got a deck of 52 cards. Inside that deck is face cards and number cards, okay? The face cards are going to serve as, well, the jacks, queens, and kings are going to serve as challenges in your business, whether it's financial woes or hardships or negativity from family or friends, whatever that is, that's what the jacks, queens, and kings are going to represent. The aces are going to represent a $2,000 commission paid to you every time a black card sale happens. So every time the system makes a sale of your profit maximizer, just as long as you're a black member, that's a $2,000 commission minus merchant fees and processing, okay? So every ace that comes up in this deck puts $2,000 into your pocket, all right? Now the number cards are just going to represent eyeballs seeing your website, your trial offer, the traffic, okay? Just people seeing what you got. That's all that's going to represent. So we're going to fly through this deck, and I'm going to show you some cool stuff here. Not quite so much magic, but
not magical.
it's gonna make a point. So the first one, all right, the first set of eyeballs to ever hit your website. That's one you always want to remember. All right, here's another person that sees your website. Doesn't buy yet, but just checking things out. Here's another person just checking things out, okay? More number cards. We got some good traffic going. People are definitely checking out your trials, but not picking it up, okay? Oh, here's a king. Well, you know what? One of your best friends called and said, you know, are you doing that internet thing? Really? Are you doing that internet thing? When are you going to actually just go and, you know, get a job, you know?
Yeah.
All right, sure enough.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, another number card. Still people checking out your stuff. No buyers yet. No sales. No sales. All right. No sales yet. Oh, here's a queen. Well, your mom called, and she said, are you doing that internet thing? Are you still trying to do that internet thing? You've tried 10 other things, and it's never worked out. When are you just going to get a clue? Thanks,
You
Mom.
need to get a job with benefits.
Right. You need to get benefits.
Benefits.
Oh, guess what? You just had a flat tire. Man, it would have been nice to have that money that you spent on the black car, that's $2,997, to pay for new tires. But you don't. Okay, we'll deal with that later. Nope, here's more eyeballs. Still no sales, guys. Up, here's a queen. You know, this is going to represent maybe the fact that you got some outstanding bills, you've got some unexpected just expenses in your life, your kids got sports coming up, whatever it is. Gosh, money is getting tight. You put this money into the business, and you haven't seen a return yet. You're starting to get
Are there
discouraged.
any aces in that deck?
Oh, we'll see. More people to your website. Guys, more people to your website. More people to your website. No sales yet. Oh, here's a king. Now you're behind on your mortgage, maybe. Maybe things are just really tight. You went out on a limb here to try this thing out, okay? You went black, you got all the products, you're enjoying them, but money is really tight, okay? Gosh, more people, no sales. You're starting to really wonder if this thing was just, what are these Mark and Chris guys talking about? They say it's all merry, but it's not working out. I don't know if I can believe them. No sales. Well, you know what happens? About halfway through the deck is where a lot of people quit. They quit halfway. They haven't seen sales. People have got into your head about, hey, is this real? You know, you're going through pipe dreams to be able to make the kind of money you want from home. Well, for those of you that are iPas Black Card members, okay, guess what? Those of you that didn't quit, you just made $2,000. You just pocketed 2,000 bucks. Okay, that's pretty nice. But you know, you still wasn't good enough. It's not enough money, right? So you're just your traffic's still going. You're hoping for the best. You're wishing for the best. The 2,000 help cover your costs, catch up on bills a little bit.
Very nice.
Still lots of people going to your website. Here's a queen.
These are tough, you guys. I'll just share with you. Sometimes these sting. I would share it from you from the point of view of when it's somebody that you're attached to more emotionally, real close friends, family members, past co-workers, somebody that you trust their judgment, somebody that you trust their opinion, somebody who you give merit to. Those are the ones that sting the deepest, the hardest. When they second guess what you're doing, or question what you're doing, or try to say, "What are you? Come on, go get a job. Go do this right." Not so much anymore. I mean, not so much anymore as that happened because obviously with the track record of having
how can I do
success.
that?
Yeah. But don't get me wrong, guys. Sometimes that might happen. So let's just talk on this one more time here, and we'll keep going. With the iPas 2 system, you guys are plugged into a community of like-minded people. I know we've touched on this before, but now it doesn't sting so much when you can just get plugged back into friends and now new co-workers of the iPas 2 system that are all like-minded, headed the same direction toward internet marketing success. It doesn't hurt so much when the people that really matter to you second guess or question what you're doing. It's more of it just trickles off my back like somebody that I don't care about their opinion. But nevertheless, guys, I know they're out there. We've seen them. I've coached people on them. They're like, this hurts when somebody real close to you is second guessing it. They sting. It absolutely stings. So I just want to know that we know they're out there, but the remedy exists here with iPas.
Right. It's funny, if you were to go open a restaurant and get a loan for $200,000, $100,000, $500,000, friends and family are always the first to say, great job, I can't wait to go to your restaurant. But usually sometimes when you start a business like this, they're skeptical because the cost of entry is so low. $3,000 to get all these products and to get this kind of leverage to be able to make a six-figure, myself and several others, 7 figures, it's a small price to pay, but it's perceived differently. So let's continue. So we're still going through. You got leads, you got traffic going. People are seeing your website, right? More hardships coming through the pipeline, more hardships. You're starting to doubt yourself again, okay? Lots of people seeing your site. Well, guess what? You just made another sale. You let the system start to work for you. You were obedient to the system. You made an extra $2,000. That's $4,000 in your pocket because you're an iPas Black member. That's pretty cool stuff. Right after you made that sale, you had something unexpected come up. It wiped out that money. Well, that's business, right? More people go to your website. You're just staying obedient. You're letting the traffic roll. You know there's a hardship. You brush it off. No big deal. Okay. Here's another hardship. You know what? You're starting to back away from. This isn't all sunshine and rainbows. These guys say I can make all this money, but it's kind of slow going.
Sometimes the battle starts to come from within. You start doubting your own self. It's not an external problem. You guys might have a little going on, oh gosh, what have I gotten myself into? I've heard of those battles too. That happens, so it's legitimate.
So you're going through the deck, and lots of people see your website, and maybe you're to the point where it's not working out. I'm not making the kind of money I want to make, and you just... maybe you're a month in, you're just like, this isn't for me, right? And you step away. Well, for those of you that step away, you didn't give yourself a chance for the averages to work out because there's 2 cards left in this deck, and they're both aces. There's $4,000 about to hit your pocket. Those of you that let the system work and let the averages work out on your behalf, you got an extra $4,000 right here. A total of $8,000 in this example. And the reason I do this is because a lot of people just don't let the math work out.
Right.
You have to, we've said this time and time again, you have to stay obedient to the system. You have to let the trials turn into core sales. You have to let the core system sales turn into possible upsells. And then from there, let us explain, let the coaches explain why profit maximizers, 1, the products are exceptional, and 2, why people need to buy them and have that leverage. It's like owning a store down the street and not having inventory because you're afraid to buy inventory in case you don't sell it. You can't go into business like that, right? You got to know for certain that this is your business, you're taking charge of it, and the averages will let themselves work out. Okay? My first month online, you guys, you know my story. I bought Website for Dummies, read 2 chapters or 3 chapters, and then threw it in the trash. Couldn't even get through it. It was so far over my head. I didn't understand how it worked, but when I finally broke through it on the internet, I made $11,000 in a month. It was actually a lot less than a month's time, but that was my breaking point. Then I went on to make much higher amounts of money. And I don't say that to entice you or to convince you to do this, because you're your own people. You're at this trial period right now, and you have a choice to be able to say, yes, I want this to work for me. I want that compensation plan to happen for me.
Right.
And you have to let the averages work out. Because the cool thing is, not only are these averages going to work out for your aces, you forgot that in this scenario, there's another set of aces of other people. So you can add another 4 aces from somebody else you refer, another 4 aces from someone else, and all of a sudden you got a deck of 52 cards that's got a heck of a lot more than 4 aces in it. All right? So that's just my example. We'll get back to the keynote here, and then we'll get you on your way, and I'll show you how to get started, and I'll walk you through that. But I just wanted to show you this quick, magic trick, if you will.
I'm keeping this card, you know.
That's all yours, my friend. Okay, so what I want to do now is just show you left and right the different types of income that you can make, or the amounts of money you can make on each side of the coin. So on the iPas side, you make 70% of the trial, the $47, which is the system, and then $97, which is the upsell, okay? So it's a total of approximately $105 that you can make just out of the gate as an iPas Black Card member. Now on the Empower Network side, you make $25 on the first tier, $100 on the second, $500 on the third tier, $1,000 on the fourth tier, and $3,000 on the fifth tier. Now this is of course minus merchant fees and processing, so you can make up to $4,625 per sale on the Empower Network side. That's why it's so powerful. That's why we have Black Cards made for everyone, because this is the premier spot to be. The most leverage, the best products, the best features in iPas, okay? So, and as I've showed you these pictures of people holding the card, it's quite an honor to have this card. It's the first of its kind. We have people all over the world that have them. So, now for those of you that just can't swing the discount, that can't swing the $2,997 over the next 7 days or however long you have left, we do have a gold membership. And the gold membership is very similar, but it's a little different. You get 50% commissions instead of 70% on the iPas products. You get the iPas 2 traffic brokers, just like the Black Card membership. You get the iPas 2 sales system, the gold level training, and general support. On the Empower side, you get 4 tiers of profit maximizers, up to $16.25 per sale. You get the Empower Network affiliate reseller to be able to resell these products. You own and resell the blog, the Inner Circle, the Costa Rica, and the 15K formula. So you get all 4 tiers, not the 5th tier. So you're losing the
and here's what else you guys are losing. You may have noticed this by now, because we're going to do a side-by-side comparison between the gold and black versus. You may have noticed that coaching is not on this gold level membership with iPas, okay? You guys, that's a black level elite card level membership perk, is to have someone like me doing some coaching for you to be able to talk to your people. In this case, if you decide that you can't afford the black, that's all right, we'll love you where you're at, and you decide to go to the gold, you need to understand that you got some work to do. This is what we were talking about before, is one of the benefits that comes off of the black down to the gold is the access to the live coaching. This just means that you have work to do. It's that CEO level of ownership. You have some work in front of you. Doesn't mean you can't do it. And in fact, in the iPas system, you're going to have access to, Anthony does classes and training. He's in charge of our coaches, and he's going to help you learn a little bit how you could do your own coaching if that's something you're comfortable with. Now, everybody's not comfortable with that. They don't want to talk to people, strangers, or on the phone and things like that. So they do love to take advantage of the black card level with the coaching. So this is just an example of spending less money up front, coming down to the gold level, but losing some of the benefits of that. So just wanted to share that with you, and we'll see that as a side-by-side comparison coming up.
So again, you get 50% commissions on all iPas 2 products. You own and resell Tier 4 Profit Maximizer products, which allow you to make up to $1,625. You get the iPas 2 traffic brokers. And if you compare the two, here's just a quick comparison. Once again, the 50 compared to 70, $1,625 per sale compared to $4,625 per sale. A huge different margin there. You have to do your own coaching, or you can have a dedicated coach. You get brokers on both sides. You get gold level training compared to black level training, and general support on gold, not first level support. Okay, so all 4 tiers of products make up to $1,625 per sale. You get full iPas access, and you own the top products from Empower Network. Okay, $1,625 is what that would cost you today to be able to get the gold package. Now the crazy thing is, for not that much more, you can be a black member while this discount is happening. So keep that in mind, guys. So for those of you that can't afford gold, don't worry, we do have the silver package. We still get you in a good position. We love you where you're at, but we wanted to give you some options here. The silver, you get 50% commissions, just like the gold member. You get free traffic training. You get iPas 2 sales system. You get the wholesale system. You get the silver level training. You get general support. Okay. On the Empower side, you're going to have 3 tiers of your profit maximizers. You're going to be able to make up to $625 per sale. You're going to have the Empower Network affiliate reseller account, so you can resell these products. You're going to own and be able to resell the blog, the Inner Circle, and the Costa Rica Intensive. Those are the 3 products you're going to be getting as a silver member if you choose to do that. Okay, so the contents: 50% commissions, own and resell the Tier 3 Profit Maximizer products, which you can make up to $625 per sale. Free traffic training and resources. And in a comparison, you can kind of see here in this slide, 50 is similar to the gold. A drastic difference in how much you can make per sale. You have to do your own coaching, just like a gold member. You do have free traffic only. We do have some paid resources, but not as many. Silver level training, and then general support. Okay, so on the 3 Profit Maximizer products, that's the big thing with this level. Make up to $625 full iPas access. Okay. It costs $625. That is what silver is going to cost you today if you decide to do that, if that's for you. Now, if you compare the different packages, you've got the 3 Profit Max sales. If you were to have 3 sales at black, okay, you make a $2,000 commission on each. That could put $6,000 extra dollars in your pocket. Now, if you were gold and got 3 sales, that would be an extra $3,000 because you only make $1,000 there on commission, okay, approximately. I only say that because we're just trying to take some averages here. Obviously, you can make up to $1,625 at gold, but let's just say $1,000 to be conservative. So 3 Profit Maximizer sales, you'd be looking around $3 grand. 3 Profit Max sales at silver would be approximately $625, which is $1,875 total, okay? And if you decide to go just with the starter kit, which is $125 commissions minus merchant fees and transactions, that's $375 total. So you can see the difference in prices on this slide. I just wanted to compare, if you were a black, what that would compare to if you were just a starter kit member, okay? And I'll go through what the starter kit is because that's the next step for you all. Obviously, these numbers are hypothetical. They're not guarantees. They're not average numbers. I just wanted to give you an example of what your positioning could do for you. But let me just point out, if you do not decide to get Profit Maximizers today, if you decide to not even get the starter kit, which I'll show you here in just a second, that means that you'll obviously be able to make money on the iPas 2 products, the trial, the system itself, and the upsells. That's fine. but you're not going to be able to make any money on any of these profit maximizers. So as people go through, because of the law of averages and because the numbers will work out, whoever referred you to the site, those sales are going to pass up to them. So you're going to miss out on all that profit maximizer money, which we know factually is responsible for over 60% of your income.
Yeah, that's just the way the thing goes. You guys, look, you and anybody who follows in your footsteps are all exposed to the same information, the same the same trial period, the same timers, the same explanations by Chris and I. The system does the selling and telling for you, okay, for us. And I think you're feeling this now, or probably getting an idea that if you just decide, you know, I'm only going to want to use and do just the iPas 2 system products, you can do that. Look, you can have an internet marketing business. But if you can understand on a concept level that if you go ahead and do that and you start other people into the trial process, they're going to see the light. They're going to see the fact that they don't want to leave the money behind. They don't want to leave the money on the table by not participating as an Empower Network affiliate. Okay? And it's sad. It's no good. It's not a happy place for people to leave all this money behind, but I got news for you. If you choose not to get involved with the profit maximizers, I mean, of course, we'll love you where you're at. You're gonna be sending trials and selling the systems and maybe selling some upsells, and you'll stay at the 50% commission structure. Okay, you just will not be involved with over 60% of your income opportunity. You know, Chris, we talked about this. That's where those profit maximizers are so important, so critical. And this is kind of the first time I'm kind of using some emotion to get to you guys right now, but it's emotion because it makes sense to me. It makes sense in my mind. It makes sense to me not only from where you're sitting, but from where I already know that the thing works. Okay? We already know the system works. We already know people are going to go, yeah, of course that makes sense. I absolutely see the benefit of going to the black level. I understand that if I can't afford the black, I'll step it down to the gold and maybe do my own coaching, contact my own people, do my own stuff, make a little bit less commission instead of 70 down to 50. And if I can't afford the gold, I got to do the silver. And I totally understand that that's where I've got to be. If it's just the craziest thing in the world, you can't afford the silver, you stick with the starter kit. The starter kit's not a bad place to be because you still stay in a position where you can make up to $125 per month. You stay with the residual portion of the first 2 tier products with Empower Network. So something is better than nothing here on these profit maximizers. I know I just jumped in there on it, but that's just where my heart and my head is at on this together, so I wanted to share that with you.
Yep, so really it comes down to your decision to pick that number in your head of what it's going to take you to walk away from your job or hit your goal, and how fast do you want to get it. Okay, that's what it comes down to. Do you want the bicycle or do you want the fighter jet? How do you want to get there? I prefer to do things fast and precisely. I like to do things very calculated, and that's why iPas was built. So your next step here now is to get the starter kit. That is the first thing. That is mandatory before you can even get silver, gold, or black, is to get the starter kit. And that includes your first 2 tier products, and it includes the affiliate fee. So let me just explain this real quick. Your starter kit is the place to start. You obviously know that there's silver, gold, and black, and I know a lot of you are probably looking at black right now ready to go, but you do need to get the starter kit. That will include the first 2 tier products. When you decide to upgrade to black and so forth, it will prorate those products so you don't have to pay the products twice, okay? But the starter kit is going to take care of everything. You actually get a kit in the mail from Empower Network that welcomes you, etc. So you're going to have 50% commissions on the iPas products. You're going to get the traffic brokers. You're going to get the iPas 2 sales system. You're going to get pro level training. This is what we call iPas Pro and general support. On the starter kit, you're going to have 2 tiers of your profit maximizers. You're going to be able to get residual income commissions from those 2 tiers. It's the $25 and the $100 a month products. You're going to be able to earn up to $125 per sale in commissions, minus merchant and processing fees. You're going to be an Empower Network reseller or affiliate reseller, and you own and resell the blog and the inner circle. It's the bare bones, it's the beginning of the beginning, but at least this is where you need to start before you can become silver, gold, or black. And this will get you that package in the mail, get you started, and be able to really build that residual income, okay? So let's look at the benefits. 50% commissions on all iPas products. You own the 2-tier profit maximizers from Empower Network, which you make $125 every month from those sales, which is really great. That adds up really fast. traffic training and resources, and you get residual commissions here. So this is why we call it the starter kit. It's where you start. So why go pro? Well, it's really simple. You want to own some profit maximizers, especially the first 2 tiers, because those are what are going to compound your residual income by $125 every time a starter kit is sold. I showed you the math in the previous slides, and it's so significant because that will compound for you. Right? You make up to $125 per sale minus merchant and processing fees. You have more profit potential adding this rather than just having the iPas side. If you're going to start, get the starter kit and then upgrade from there. It's really important that you do that, because without any profit maximizers, you're hurting yourself significantly. Take advantage of the Empower Network comp plan. Obviously, this comp plan is going to now work for you. Basic bottom line is you've got to become an affiliate so you can start making commissions. You got to get these 2 products because they're not only wonderful products, but they're residual, and it's going to help up your margins, and then it's going to start to show what that compensation plan can do as you start making these pass-up sales. Okay, get pro training and resources. It's $197. So your next step is to go ahead and get the starter kit now, so you can at least get that ball rolling. Get your profit maximizers, because that's why you're here. You know, did you come to this website or did you come to this system to just, you know, push a couple buttons, sit on the couch and expect to make some money? Or perhaps get educated, get the tools and the training and the leverage that you need to truly be successful, and get a coach to be able to help you? Okay, you got to ask yourself that question. For $197, you can get your first 2 profit maximizers here today, and that's really important. So all you need to do is on the right-hand side of your screen, there's going to be a button that says Starter Kit. Go ahead and click that, and that's going to bring you to a checkout page to pay that. It's $197. That sends you the starter kit in the mail, takes care of the affiliate fee, takes care of the first 2 tier products, the blog and the inner circle, the $25 and the $100 product. Those are monthly products. So now that you own them, you're going to be able to resell them, and this system is going to start building that residual for you there. Once you're on the inside, I'm going to walk you through how to upgrade to black, because you only have 7 days from the point that you get the starter kit that you can take advantage of that discount. So otherwise you got to pay over $5,000 to become a black member. So today, once you get the starter kit, I'll walk you through how to upgrade real quick, whether it's silver, gold, or black. It's up to you, and we'll send you out a black card for those of you that go black today, and then you'll be on your way to having the maximum leverage and the best products in this industry. So with that, I just want to welcome you to iPas. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut to screen share. I'm going to walk you through the sign-up process of the starter kit, and then after you do that, I'm going to show you how you can upgrade and where you would actually do that to move forward. After we do this, we're going to come back. I want Mark to say a couple things. We're going to head over to the lounge. He's going to tell you a couple really awesome stories from some other clients of ours, or customers and members, and then we're going to get you into orientation. So once you get the starter kit, once you finish this video, click the check mark at the box and hit next. And then in the orientation, we're going to get everything set up in a matter of minutes so you can start making money today. But now is the time to talk about leverage and profit maximizers. And let's get you that starter kit so at least you have that moving forward and become an affiliate of Empower Network so you can start making commissions. So let's jump on the screen and I'll walk you through it.
All right, let's see it.
Okay, to purchase the starter kit, all you need to do is click the button on the right-hand side of your screen, and then that's going to bring you to the checkout page that looks just like this. Now, as you notice at the top of the page, it says Empower Network. This is an Empower Network checkout page. It's not for iPas. This is for the Fast Start Kit, which is a safe and secure order form for your first 2 profit maximizers and your affiliate fee. So this is the best place to start. This is where everybody starts, and then from there you can take advantage of that black card discount as soon as you're done. But you do need to go through this process. It's really easy. All you need to do is fill out your first name, your last name, pick a username that you want to use with Empower Network. Note, you cannot change this, so do something that signifies either your name or an alias or just a team name, something like that. Put in your email address, choose a password, go ahead and confirm that password, and then put in your phone number. I would suggest that you keep this box checked just so you can get updates every time a sale happens. They text message you, as do we. It's a pretty cool feature. Put in your country, address, city, state, zip, everything there, and then as you go down, put in your payment information, and then just keep in mind that this is a $197 product, so $197 plus $9 for shipping and handling in the US, or $29 international. And this includes the $25 blog, the $100 inner circle product, and then that $19.95 affiliate fee. So it's a really good way to start, for sure, to start building that residual. Without this, you're going to be leaving a lot of money on the table. And then you scroll down, you have the affiliate agreement, just saying that you're going to become affiliate to be able to resell their products. Go ahead and check that bullet. Agree to their terms and conditions by checking the bullet underneath that paragraph. and then it's just some information about who sent you here. You probably won't know who referred you, so go ahead and agree to that person, agree to the terms of your subscription, meaning you can cancel at any time, and then go ahead and agree to the fact that you've read and understand the income disclosure. Then all you need to do is go ahead and hit access now. Alright, once you do that, it'll probably bring you to a page like this. I wouldn't pay too much attention to it. You can go ahead and watch the video, but the biggest thing is what you're going to want to do after this is log into your Empower Network account. So all you'll have to do is just go to empowernetwork.com. You can type it in at the top of your screen or just go to empowernetwork.com and then go ahead and log in using that URL that you use. So we'll go ahead and pass forward. And once you log in, this is going to be how you upgrade to get take advantage of that iPas Black package. So at the top of your screen, you're going to see this is very important. You're going to see this time-sensitive announcement, and you're going to see a discount timer. To take advantage of the iPas Black package, you do need to click on this green button that says yes, I'm going all in. Once you do that, it'll bring you to a checkout page. Go ahead and open this up. It'll bring you to the checkout page for the all-in package with Empower Network, or our Black package, okay? So you can go ahead and watch this video if you want to. It'll still show you the timer here. You actually have 7 days to take advantage of this. And so again, it's only $2,897 because it does prorate what you bought with the starter kit. So it takes off that $25 and $100 product there for you. So it plugs in the $500 Costa Rica product, the $1,000 15K, and the master's course for $3,500, and it subtracts the discount for you and the other products that you purchased, and voila, you can go ahead and get this for over $2,000 discount. So it's basically your discount is $2,103, so it is over $2,000 today. Otherwise, you normally have to pay $5,000 plus for all these products. So it's a great deal. You got 7 days to take advantage of it. Do so for those of you that want to be Black Card members and get full features in the system and get all those great products that are included there, and to be able to make instant commissions on them. You know how significant it is. So the cool thing is you can go ahead and choose the account you have on file, or you can add a new card right then and there. All you'll need to do is check these little bullets here and then just click Buy Now. Once you do that, you're going to see a pop-up that looks something like this. It says your signed authorization is required to complete your order. All you'll need to do is go ahead and click the red button that says Download Authorization Document. It's very easy. Fill it out and then either upload it to your computer or take a picture with your cell phone and then send it over to them. So you can just upload it right here, upload the authorization document. Just make sure if you take a picture with your phone that you make sure you get the whole thing, otherwise they won't accept it. This is for fraud prevention. Because people are spending money online, this is an extra step to make sure that there's no fraud happening. That's to protect you and the company. So all you need to do as soon as you buy that and take advantage of the discount, fill out that form, upload it, put it in here, and you're going to be all set. Your customers are going to be doing the same thing. So as soon as they do this, you're going to get paid that really, really big commission on this package. So it's really important that you understand, first and foremost, that you're going through it because it's going to happen for you here real soon. Once you do that, just so you know what the form looks like, this is just an image of what that actual form does look like. So make sure you fill this out, sign it, date it, and then re-upload it into this section as soon as you get it, okay? So this is going to allow you to take advantage of that iPas Black package. Now, let's go back to your back office of Empower Network. At any point in time, let's just say you can't swing the Black discount, and obviously you just don't have the money or whatever the case is. For you to join as a gold or silver member, you just have to go down here and get those products. So if you go down here, it's going to say core products. You obviously see the viral blogging system and Inner Circle should be purchased because that was included in your starter kit. But the 3 products underneath that, your Costa Rica Intensive, okay, that's what will qualify you for the next package, the 15K formula and the master's course. So to be a silver member, all you need to do is activate your Costa Rica Intensive, which is $500. To activate your gold package with iPas, you just have to activate the Costa Rica and the 15K formula, and then again, if you want to later on upgrade to the full iPas Black and get the master's course, you'll just activate that here. But remember, you're going to pay full retail for that, which is going to be $3,500. So for less than the price of the master's course itself, you can get all these products today by taking advantage of this. But you have 7 days from the time that you purchase your starter kit to take advantage and get this. So to move money around, whatever you have to do, make sure you do that because you don't want to miss out on that discount. So that's all there is to it, guys. Also, once you get in the back office, there will be areas for you to upgrade, but best thing to do is get your starter kit, come right back here, take advantage of this time-sensitive discount, and then you'll be all set and you'll be able to unlock everything within iPas and then make those commissions immediately, those big commissions. So that's the leverage that you're opening here. So with that, let's continue on. We're going to hear from Mark here. We're going to step over to the lounge, and we'll see you on the inside. Okay, welcome back. Now, I just walked you through the sign-up process of the starter kit. That is where you need to start to get your first profit maximizers. I also showed you how to upgrade to black, gold, or silver. So now that you know your way, I just wanted to bring Mark on, and this is a really important part of this final video because he talks to people all day long, people just like yourself, and he hears a lot of stories, a lot of concern, or a lot of people that are really excited. And so I wanted to share that. But before we do that, I want to talk about strategy for a second. In an internet business, there's two things that are going to serve as your biggest asset. One is those who can get the fastest sales or the fastest buyers wins. Okay, it's not about leads, it's not about traffic, it's about buyers. Okay, that's what iPas was built to do. But it doesn't stop there. There's the second part to that. Those who have the most leverage also win. And that's where iPas comes in, and that's why we have profit maximizers, because we don't want you to fall victim to the similar pitfalls as we covered in video number 1, where we talked about the formula that doesn't work. Well, this is what does work. So, Mark, I want you to tell a story you told one of our customers and members. He was an iPas member or looking to become a member, and you gave him a story about fishing and the analogy about fishing.
I do. I like to, as a coach, I like to try to make sure that I can share the story and share the opportunity in a way that maybe sometimes it's a little bit sideways, but it does make sense. So I'll just share with you the same information I shared with him.
Yep.
And it really kind of brought it together for him. So I was talking to him, I said, look, if we're going to do an internet marketing business, and I liken it to fishing for money fish. I'm like, let's just go catch a whole bunch of money in the world, and the ocean is the internet, and let's just go ahead and do this thing. I said, right now what we're talking about is the positioning in iPas to the silver, gold, or black level membership. And the differences that you talk about on paper, I say, well, let's put it in a different point of view. Let's say we're fishing. We're fishing for money fish. I said the first option at the lowest level is the silver fish. We're going to go catch silver fish. We'll have a starter kit.
Yep.
But at that point, he knew that he was going to go ahead and deal with that as a main level. But what we were talking about now is discerning the differences between the silver, gold, and black. So he knew he was going to be committing at the starter kit level. So that was a given.
Right.
Okay. So that's the given level. But we were talking about the silver, gold, or black. I said, well, if we're going to go ahead and hunt and catch and fish for silver fish, we're going to be able to put yourself in the profit maximizer position of owning that Costa Rica Intensive, which is the extra $500 product. So he has the starter kit and he's going up to the silver level. I said, so here we go. I said, as a silver level member, we're going to go catch fellow silver fish. I said, here's how this is going to go. We're going to be able to catch $125 fish, okay, of which the $125 is the residual part with the blog in the inner circle, again, minus merchant and process fees. So I said, you've got work to do, okay? You don't have a coach. You don't have the positioning to catch bigger fish because all you have is the silver lures. I said, right now, here's where you're at. Put this in your mind. I said, you're fishing for fish. You're on the beach. You're in the ocean, you've got a silver fishing pole and a silver lure, and you're casting it. Yep. You're trying to catch silver fish. Every time you cast it, from shore, he's on shore just fishing, trying to catch silver fish. And every time he catches one, it's just more work. He's got more work to do, and the fish are $625 fish. He's like, okay, I don't mind fishing from shore. That's not a problem. I can do some work. I can cast my silver lures, and I can catch some silver fish of the $625. I said, that's great. I said, well, let me then go ahead and take you to that next level, the gold level. I said, here's what a gold level fishing for money fish fisherman and iPas does. I said, now you have to position your mind that you're offshore, you're going onto one of those charter boats. If you've ever been in one of those oceanair boats where they have a charter boat, now they take you out into the ocean. They give you 4 or 5 poles they put in the water for you. They've got bait. And what they do is they turn on the gas and they troll, so they put on traffic. They're trying to push their lures or push that bait through the water. And now, out there in the ocean, let's face it, they're bigger fish.
Right.
They're $1,625 fish. Okay? And now you've got a little bit of help. You've got a little bit different position. I know in that triangle thing, it looked like a CEO position, but I'm like, no, we've got ourselves onto a charter boat. We're actually getting help, and we're actually catching bigger fish.
Right.
He's like, I think I like that better than being on shore, catching the silver fish. I said, well, who wouldn't?
You have to catch as many.
You don't have to catch as many because look, if you, and this is the guy, he's telling me, he's like, Mark, I wanna try to do this thing, but I want to be in that $15,000 to $10,000 a month range. I said, absolutely. So he knew he was getting started because he just was looking at the positioning. I said, okay, now would it be easier, obviously, and it's a rhetorical question I asked him. I said, was it easier to try to do this thing from shore catching $625 fish to try to get to 10 to 15 grand a month, or now is it a little bit easier in the right position with better leverage at the gold level to be able to catch $1,625 big tunas, big money fish?
Right.
He's like, well, absolutely, Mark. I definitely think I want to spend some time, in that charter boat. That's where I want to be. I see myself there. I said, that's great. I said, but let me explain to you how my business is, how I use this system as I'm catching fish or fishing for big money fish. I said, here's where I'm at. So now take yourself off that charter boat, and you remember you can see off in the ocean those big ships, the fishing ships. I said, well, I have one of those ships. And it's a big black ship, right? Black ship. And he's like, okay, I see where this is going. I said, I have one of these big black ships out in the ocean. And they're big. They catch really big fish and really big catches. They catch up to $4,625 fish. I said, so it's a little bit different program. Here's what I've got. I've got this big ocean fishing boat ship. They put their nets down into the ocean, and those are all the trials.
Right, yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I get that. It's trials instead of the lures that I'm trying to cast from the ocean or from the shore. I said, well, I've got these nets that go down, and they're all my trials, and the ship pushes those forward, and it catches trials, right? Yeah. And those trials turn into $4,625 fish. So all of a sudden, the nets get pulled up. I said, here's the biggest difference that I have. I actually have people on deck that are my deck hands that help me take those fish and convert them into this $4,625 fish. I said, I have deck hands. I said, that's the biggest difference is that I have someone there to help the business work and help the business do what it does when I don't have to be there. I just have to own the ship. I said, those deck hands are my coaches. Yeah. I have other people doing this stuff for me. I said, that's the better position I want to be in. I said, now, can you see the difference between just being all alone, doing all the work and doing all the casting and trying to catch $625 fish from shore? There's nothing wrong with that. He's like, yeah, I don't think that's where I want to be right now. He said, I think I'm stuck in a dinghy. I'm not quite sure what I need to do. I feel like I'm stuck. I said, that's okay. We'll work our way through it. I said, but now you can see where there would be bigger fish and you can catch big goldfish on a charter boat. I said, but I have this big ship out in there. I've got all of these, trials in the water. They push on the gas. I buy traffic, okay? My traffic for me is in my head, I'm like, well, I just have to make sure I have enough gas in the ships to run the engines to push the trials forward. And then when they come in, the trials come in, my coaches are the deckhands and they put them right in the holding tanks. I'm like, my holding tanks are the bank. I love putting big money fish in the bank. And I said, guess what? I said, I'm not quite done yet, but here's what you need to understand. I said, if you can imagine when we talked about the commission plan,
yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah. I said, well, here's the deal. What if you had a big old fleet?
So you own multiple ships?
Yeah, what if you had a big old fleet of ships in your lineage, or a big armada, whatever you want to call it? I said, if you have this big fleet of ships and you own 20% action on all of their catches, now how do you like it? He's like, this is definitely where I need to be. He's like, this is where I want to be. He's like, absolutely. In order for me to meet my goal of 10 to 15 grand a month, okay, I don't want to be at the silver. I got the starter kit. Gold is okay, but I just see, especially, the leverage, the position you can put yourself in to make those $4,625 donations.
It's a big deal.
It's an absolutely big deal. It was kind of a fun little chat with him, but it very much made, in his mind, he knew exactly how this thing goes.
Right.
And he's like, absolutely. I want to catch as much fish as I can out in the ocean of the internet, and I want to use the iPas system to do it. I do want the help from the coaches, and I do see the benefit of being in that position for leverage. He said, that's where I need to be, Mark. I want my own black ship. I said, you got it.
So what about people, this comes up to me all the time, I know it does to you, the people that say, you know, I just want to try this. I just want to try it. And even people that have the money to go black, and even within the 7 days, have the ability to take advantage of that discount. You know, what do you do with the people that say, you know, Mark, I just want to try this and see if it works?
Yeah.
How do you react to that, or what do you say to that?
Well, it's a good question. We get that. You get it. I get it. We get it. I can tell you what had happened with two people that were in the same position, but one was on their last dime and wanted to do this thing, and one had money and wanted to try it. So I think you guys will kind of track with me as I tell the story. I had talked to a person that said, Mark, I think I very much want to do this internet marketing business. I very much want to do the iPas program. I want to get the starter kit. And my problem, Mark, my problem right now is I absolutely simply do not have the money to get to the black level. I see that that's where I want to be. I see that that's where I want to do the business. But I don't have the money there. I just don't have the money. And I don't quite have the money. I don't have the money for gold because I want to do the silver and still have some money left over to do traffic. But I'm going to do everything that you tell me, Mark. I'm going to learn all of the stuff that's in the iPas system. I'm going to learn the training of the advertising, the social media stuff. I'm going to do whatever I can do, and I'm going to work this thing as hard as I can do because I want to get up there. I want to work it. I want to push it. I'm very hungry for success. I said, that's fine. Be at the silver level as long as you understand everything. That's okay. I love you where you're at. I don't mind that that's where he's at because he's very hungry. He's in a mindset that he's on his last dime, so he's putting everything he can into this and said, let's go. And I'm like, absolutely. So I help him get set up at that silver level. A few hours later, I'm talking to another person that had come in through the trial, and he's like, Mark, I understand everything. Actually, I'm kind of an entrepreneur-minded myself. I have a real estate background, and I understand the black, I understand the gold, I understand the silver. I got the money. I can do that level up with the profit maximizers. I can buy traffic. I can do all this stuff. But you know, I'm just going to stay at the silver. I'm just going to try it to see if it's going to work, and that's all I'm going to do today. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Now, a few things came to my mind, one of which I'm not going to get into, but I was like, well, the energy between those two people was so different. And here's the thing, is that the first person was hungry, very much wanted the success. The second person was nowhere near as hungry. They just wanted to do this. I'm going to try it. And I call it the I'm going to try it attitude. They have the money, but they don't really want to do it. They want to test. They just want to try it, maybe put their toe in the water. They do not want to commit to doing the whole thing. Now, the biggest difference between those two people is one is fully committed on their last dime, and the other one is like, well, maybe I'm just going to try.
Who would you put up against each other? Which one is more likely to succeed?
Well, I already know the outcome because this was a while ago, but look, easily, if I'm a betting man and I want to bet on these two people that are both at the silver level, one is hungry and one is I'm going to try, I will always put my last dollar and bet everything I have on the person who's hungry, wants to do it, doesn't have the ability to go up, versus somebody who even has an entrepreneurial background, but they tell me, you know, I'm just going to try this and see if it works. And
I've seen that all the time too.
It happens all the time, and sometimes there's other industries and other franchises. You got a buddy of yours that did that, like a Chick-fil-A. You go through such a strong vetting process that you know, he's applying. He's like, look, please let me have this franchise. Here's my background. Here's this. I'm very much wanting this to happen. And you're like, you talked to him. He said, well, can you imagine going into that interview saying, well, you know, I think I'm going to try to see if this thing will go, and maybe if it works, it'll work, but Well, see,
you would never have got the franchise.
Of course, you never get the franchise. You wouldn't get
Can you
that.
imagine if we had that application process here? Can you imagine if we filter people out? I mean, we really do a good job, you know, with the trials and let people see it because we're so confident. Yeah. But in the corporate world, in the traditional sense, it's not.
There is no try world. It's like Yoda says on Star Wars. It's like he's like do or do not. There is no try.
Right.
You know, and for me, I feel so strongly about the you either do it, get it done, get everything handled, and put it in the right position and do it, or don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of tries.
Right.
I'm not a try guy. I just like do it or don't.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I understand.
And that's how the other coaches are trained too, is when the coaches, we train them and certify them to understand not only the material and the business platform, but they're there to give confidence, to obviously sell your products, because that's what you're here to do, but also be a coach in the fact that, hey, this is your goal, this is your walk-away number that you want to reach, here's how you hit it, and that's
and honestly, and remember before, on the very first video, I'm like, I said, look, I remember before when I first talked to the guy, I said, look, sometimes I might have to tell you things that you may not want to have to like to hear, but if I've got your permission to tell you anyway, and at this point, Chris, at this point, it was a matter of some tough love. I'm like, look, this is not for you. This try thing, it's my opinion, it's not for you. Save your money, do something else. You know, and I know you can debate on both sides of that. You know, you never want to just say no, not to do it, because who knows for sure. Maybe something in the Inner Circle, you know, audio series could help someone turn it around.
Of course.
Maybe an example of some of the coaching and teaching that we have in the system can turn somebody around. My point is, and the answer to your question is, what would you do if somebody with a try attitude? I would say no. You either do it or you don't. That's my opinion on it. But
and that really brings us to now, you know, the call to action here in this video. This is the final video. There's nothing left to do other than click the button on the right-hand side of this video, get your starter kit, and as I walk you through it, and then go ahead and upgrade to your silver, gold, or black. Remembering that the black, you have a 7-day window to be able to take advantage of that. Once that's gone and done, then you'll have to pay full retail price. Now once you do that, you'll click next at the bottom of the video and you'll continue to the orientation. The orientation is going to give you a tour of the whole thing. It's going to walk you through the process. It's going to give you all the details that you need. And then from there, it's going to get you set up. And once you're set up, you're ready to push go. So you're ready to put your boat in the water, as Mark alluded to. You're ready to put your lines in the water and let this thing go, and that is your traffic or fuel, okay? So now before we go, there was one story I heard you tell to a woman, and she was on the fence. She said, Mark, does this work? And this is something I get all the time, day after day, week after week, is, Chris, does this work? You say this, you show this, does it really work? Now, what is your answer? What was your answer to her?
I remember the gal, you guys, and you'll enjoy this one. I was talking to this lady. It was about our third or fourth conversation, okay? Because in the beginning of the system, you're allowed to contact the coaches right away, and it was one of your gals. And I had been talking to her. I had been answering some questions for her. She was wondering about the Profit Maximizer. She was wondering about some of how we're able to teach the free marketing or the free traffic skills. And she's like, Mark, everything you're telling me is so helpful. I don't have the money. Here was her. So go ahead, put yourself in her shoes and walk with me on this one. She says, Mark, I'm in my mid-30s. I have 2 children. I'm staring right down the barrel of a divorce. I wanted to try to make something for myself and my children and my new life that I'm headed toward. I don't have the money to go black. I don't have the ability to do it. But the more I've learned about this as I've watched the videos during this trial time, the more I think this is good and it's going to work, and I really feel that I could do this and be successful with it. I don't have the money. I said, well, I understand that, you know. I'll do whatever you think you want to do. She said, look, I actually had an opportunity to talk with my parents yesterday, and she told me that they were going to give her the money to do this. So I was excited. I'm like, well, that's fantastic. I think you're going to absolutely love it. And, you know, the ability for someone to get help from their parents is nice. But she said, look, Mark, I think I'm ready to go. I'm absolutely convinced that I want to get to that black level. I want to turn this thing on. I can't wait to start building a team for myself and helping them and enjoy the whole process. But I'm just don't, you know, I just want to know one more time, just if you could reassure me if this works. Does this work? Does this thing really work, Mark? And I said, well, I don't know. Here I go again with my hand. I'm like, well, I don't know, but let's talk about this together. Let's see if we can figure out whether this thing works or not. I said, first of all, I want you to understand you are not alone. There's many people that think and wonder the same thing. There's many people, I think statistically, what? 1 every 10 seconds, 8 seconds, people start an online business. Yep. So we are not alone. This happens a lot. I said, so let's talk about what happened to you and see if we can come up with this answer. Does it work? I said, and again, I just, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I know it works, but I want her to feel comfortable. And I said, think back when you very first time you saw this opportunity about the iPas system and starting to do an internet marketing business and do the profit maximizer. I said, how did you hear about us in the first time? She said, well, Mark, I received an email. I don't remember the specifics of it, but it was like a headline. It was a work from home opportunity or something like that. Yeah. And I'm like, well, what did you do? She said, well, I opened it. I knew what she did. She knew what she did. And she said, I opened it. I said, well, okay, what did you do? She said, well, she clicked it. I said, well, what was it? She said it was a video that said I could start an online business. I could get a trial membership and learn more about it for $7. Yeah. Okay, because that was the price of the trial at the time. And I said, well, what did you do? And she said, well, I spent my $7 to find out more. I said, well, okay, well, let's back up just a second, quick review. I said, it sounds like we know that the traffic works because you got an email. She says, yep, that works. I said, well, it sounds like your curiosity worked because you opened it and clicked it. She said, yeah, oh yeah, that works too. I said, well, it sounds like then that what you saw in that video worked and you bought the $7 trial. She says, oh yeah, that worked too. That works just fine. So she's starting to see where I'm going with the questioning. I said, well, okay, let me go to the next one. I said, let me ask you this. Now that you're going through the trial process and watching the video series and learning about how this thing works, learning what not to do and learning what to do and all the advantages that we have here, I said, now that you and I are talking again as your coach, I said, how does that make you feel to be able to have someone to talk to reach out to make you feel more comfortable about the decision you're making? She's like, oh, Mark, this works really good. I absolutely love talking to you and getting my questions answered, and I really appreciate your insight, and actually, Mark, you actually make me feel really comfortable going forward. I said, oh, really? So you're telling me that coaching works? And she's like, yeah, I'm telling you that works. I said, well, guess what? You're in a position now where you're about to make your final decision, and final part of the process is to get your profit maximizers to get this thing started, to go ahead and start getting, you know, your traffic in position and start doing all your stuff to get your trials going. You're just buying your profit maximizers and you wanted to make sure that works. I said, well, guess what? You're about to conclude the fact that this thing works. I said, so last review. I said, we know that traffic works because you got an email. We know that curiosity works because you opened it. We know that the trial worked because you paid $7 to get the trial and learn more about it. We know that you're going to go ahead and get the $47 system because that's important to have the system to run the whole thing on the front end.
You gotta have it.
She's like, yeah, I definitely want to get that too. And I definitely want to get to the maximum level leverage with the black card level membership. And I've talked to my parents and they've given me the money and I'm going to do this. I said, so up until now, everything works, right? And she's like, yeah. I said, so what's your question? And I could just feel her on the other side. She's just like, you know what? I just answered my own question. She said, I am my own proof that this thing works. And I'm like, yes. In addition to that, not only are you your own proof that it works, is that you're not alone.
Right.
There's more people out there that want something that works just like this to use in their world. You know. So I understand if you're not wondering, does this work? I mean, most people do. They want to know if it works. I get it. Skepticism is there. I understand. But to the extent that it's going to just push you aside and make you not want to do this, you miss, you lose, you don't get the opportunity. So to the questions of people, they ask me all the time, Mark, you know, does this work? I just want to know if it works. And I'm like, what works for me? Well, they don't want to hear that.
Right.
What works for Chris? Well, they don't want to hear that either because that's Now I'm like, okay, how about you put yourself through this process? You guys are right in her same spot.
Yep.
Okay, you're in her same spot. You're getting ready to make your decision on your profit maximizer, or you already did.
Yep.
And if you're a Black Card member, we're going to see you. We're going to meet.
Yep.
You and I are going to meet. And it's going to be fun. So, you know I go with a long answer to an easy question. Does this work? But
it's important that people know.
Yeah.
You know, because at the end of the day, we spend a lot of time and resources and money and man hours to put this together in order to create the best situation for you, the first of its kind, the first digital franchise style business model that encompasses everything under one roof. So I wanted to have this little fireside chat with you so we can just close this out, get you guys on your way. Again, all you got to do on the right hand side is get your starter kit, go ahead and upgrade to Black if you're ready to do that. And then once you do that, click the next button at the bottom. Make sure you check that box. It'll send you to orientation, which will be simple. You can get this thing set up in a jiff, and then from there you're ready to make some money, guys. So this is not a next week, next month program. This is today. You can make money as soon as today if you really plug in quickly here. So I appreciate you all. Mark, thanks for coming on.
You guys, absolutely.
This has been really a pleasure for me to actually create this video series for people to show them the spectrum of what this system can do. And I think you guys will appreciate it. And I know you guys will really enjoy the system and see success. So with that, we'll see you on the inside. We'll see you in the orientation. And I can't wait to meet you in person.
All right, we'll see you guys.
See ya. For the sake of disclosure and me being completely honest with you, my results aren't typical. The income statements, testimonials, and luxury photo examples are exceptional. They're not intended to represent or guarantee that anyone will achieve the same or similar results. It is my opinion that most people who purchase any how-to or business opportunity product, including but not limited to my own, get little if any results. I believe this is because they don't take action and they don't keep trying after hitting that inevitable roadblock. If you want to succeed, you need to have a good plan, a solid work ethic, and the ability to keep working toward your goals when you hit that snag. If you simply keep buying the next greatest and latest business opportunity and you never follow instructions and take action, you're wasting your time. The people illustrated throughout this site have worked hard to see results. Hey everyone, Chris Jones and Mark Dale here. Welcome to the last video of this video series. Now your minute